Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks for joining me on this series where you get to practice with me. Remember, if you like this series of videos, please leave me a comment and tell me what else you'd like to see and how it's going with your practice. In order to initiate the sacred space of yoga, we begin each of these sessions with an Om. Come to a comfortable seated position and your hands gently come together with a deep inhalation through the inner body. Exhale the sound Om. Gently let your hands come down. Today's class is going to be a journey into strength. Now, when I first started the practice, I was neither physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually strong. I couldn't do a push-up, I had zero core strength, and I had really no muscular coordination. So I know 100% sure that if you apply the techniques of strength and steadiness, you'll be able to develop strength in the body and steadiness in the mind. Now, one of the most amazing benefits of a strong mind is that suddenly all of life begins to be just a little less scary. If your mind isn't so stable, little small mishaps or little occurrences like traffic jam or missing a flight or something like that can really take you off your center. But if your mind is steady, calm, and equanimous, then you're able to be strong and be peaceful really regardless of whatever is happening around you. So remember that you're cultivating spiritual fortitude as we begin to work on these strength poses on the journey of yoga. Starting off on your hands and knees, we're going to work on really squeezing the elbows in. So much of strength comes from stabilizing your shoulder girdle. So start off on the hands and knees, and then exhale. I want you to wrap your elbows in as you place the elbows on the ground. And then inhale, wrap the elbows and come on up. Let's do that about 4 more times. Exhale, wrap the elbows down. Inhale, engage the abdominals and straighten the arms. Exhale, wrap the elbows in. Keep the belly tucked in. Inhale, wrap the elbows. Come on up and really push from your shoulders when you come up. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, elbows come on up. 1 more time. Exhale, let's wrap those elbows down. And inhale, all the way up. And let's hold this hands and knees for about 5 breaths. And I want you to round your back in this one, so it's almost like a mini plank, and press from your shoulders. We'll straighten the arms. 1. Squeeze the knees together. Make a little bit of a power pose. So as you're pushing down with your shoulders, pushing into the ground, pull up into the center of the body with the abdominal muscles. 2, 3, 4. And now let's wrap the elbows and come down. I want you to repeat that same position of the spine with the elbows down. Push through the elbows, round the back, and 1. It's like you're pulling your abs into the center of the body, pulling the ribs in. 2. So when you work strength, you should look for some muscular burning sensations in the shoulders, in the muscles, but never any pressure in the joints. So avoid dumping your shoulders forward and really press. 3, 4, and let's rest back in child's pose just for a moment. I'll give the shoulders just a little bit of a break. Suck the belly in. And inhale, come on up and really press down through those elbows. Okay, we're going to step back to a dolphin plank, an elbow plank. Reach back, coming up onto your toes. And so you press into the balls of the feet and tuck the tailbone. I want you to squeeze your thighs together, so make it real active. Keep your gaze right between the hands. We'll hold this for 5. 1, 2, 3, and really push. 4. So you should start to feel a little activation of your abs. Hold it there. Steady, steady. Hold it steady. And knees down. And exhale. Child's pose. Let's rest again. Hold it there for a moment. We're going to do that 1 more time so you can really feel the inner body working. Inhale, come on up. Really press those elbows down, and when you press the elbows, I want you to do it from your shoulders. So wrap the elbows in, press up from the shoulders, curl your toes, and inhale, come on up to that dolphin plank, the forearm plank. 1. Make sure you're not collapsing, but you're really pushing down. 2. Pull the ribs in. 3, 4, and knees down. Okay, let's see if we can take it on up to a full plank, right? And this is really going to work the strength of the shoulders and the core. Inhale, come on up to plank. 1, 2, push from the shoulders, squeeze it in. 3, squeeze your elbows towards each other, grip with your fingertips. 4, and 5. All right, let's take those knees down for a moment. Now, I want to see if we can combine the full plank with the forearm plank. So start off on the hands and knees, and I'll show you how we're going to work this. Exhale, right elbow down. Exhale, left elbow down. Then left one up, right one up. So you see I'm moving my hand forward, so the elbow goes to where the hand is, and then all the way down. And let's do that again, left and right. Now let's start with the left. So we go left and right. Let me do it in reverse. Take it up. Left, right, and all the way up. Well, we did it on the hands and knees. So we're going to see if we can do it from the full plank. Here we go. Inhale, come on up to the plank. All right, get nice and stable and take a moment. And if you're not stable here, you might want to do it with the knees down. We'll start off with the right, eating my hair now, that's not good. We'll start off with the right side. Exhale, right and left. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, keep exhaling. Inhale and inhale. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, exhale. Inhale and inhale. Now start off with the left. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, push up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, take it up. One more time. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, take it up. Let's hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And knees down. Exhale, child's pose. Nice and easy. Relax the shoulders for a moment. Nice and steady. Now inhale, come on up, back to your hands and knees. All right. Now from here, curl your toes under and inhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths in downward facing dog. 1. Focus on the inner body so you create space and emptiness behind the pubic bone. 2. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. 3. 4. Maintain that deep sense of inner emptiness. And 5. Now, switch your gaze forward. We're going to make a little test. If you feel your shoulders are not so strong, go ahead and put your knees down. But if you're able to roll through those movements we did before, let's try it out. Exhale, wrap your elbows, take them down. Inhale, wrap the elbows, come on up. We'll do that 3 more times. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, come on up. 1 more. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, elbows down. Push from your shoulders. And I want you to walk in. And we'll hold this for 5. 1, 2, 3. And push from the shoulders. 4. Curl your toes back, step them back, knees down. Exhale, child's pose. Give it a rest. Nice and steady. Inhale, exhale, soften through the body. Now we're going to come on up to a side plank. Roll over onto your left side. We'll start off with the left side. Stretch your body out from the side and see if you can line up everything along one clean line. Take your left elbow and stack it under your left shoulder, and then start to pull the ribs into the center, and we'll just stay completely rested on the side. Hold it there for a moment. 2, 3, 4. Put your right fingertips on the ground for a little bit of balance. You're going to lift your body first. The kinetic chain, which means the way that the energy moves in the body, your legs will be stable. Then you're going to think hips up from the inner space of the body, the ribs in, and finally push with the shoulder. If you start with the arm, your body's going to feel real heavy, okay? So here we go. Inhale, hips, ribs, and shoulder. Take it up, and let's hold it for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now exhale, just dip a little down. Inhale, hips, ribs, take it up. Exhale, down. Inhale, hips and ribs, take it up. Exhale, down. Inhale, hips and ribs, take it up. 2 more. Exhale, inhale, take it up. Exhale, inhale, take it up. Hold for 5 and lift your right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hand down. Exhale, settle it down. All right, you guys are just going to pop on over to the other side. I'm going to use this side of my mat so you don't have to stare at my butt while I do the other side. So let's just pop over. I don't know, maybe some of you guys want to stare at my butt. I'm just kidding. All right, come on over to the right side. And Keep the belly drawn in. Now I know when we start to lift the body, and we're just going to hold this, take your left hand out to the side and just hold this for a moment, okay? What happens when you start to really try to lift your body off the ground is it's kind of like a mirror for all of our body issues. Like we think, oh, my butt's too big, oh, my arms are too short, I'm the wrong shape or something like this. But if you work with proper technique and alignment, you can activate through the body, mobilizing the strength of the body. And what's perfect about the body is it's equipped for exactly the strength it needs to lift itself. All right, so we'll start off with that kinetic chain. Remember, it's the pelvic floor to the abdominal muscles to the ribs, and finally the push with the arms. You can use your left fingertips for a little balance. Inhale, hips, ribs, press with the arm. Take your hand, hold it on. 1. If you need those fingers for balance, you can keep them there. Gaze towards your forearm. 2, 3, 4, and exhale a little down. Hips and ribs, take it up. Exhale a little down. Inhale, hips and ribs, up. Exhale a little down, inhale, hips and ribs, up. Exhale a little down, inhale, hips and ribs, up. One more, exhale down, inhale, hips and ribs, up. 1, 2, 3. Take your arm up, gaze up to the left. Take the arm up and gaze up to the left. 3, 4, and hand down, all the way down. Now you might feel that you're sliding as you begin to do the pose. I was sliding a little bit there. Now, what usually you can do to counteract that is to really squeeze the abdominal muscles, and that will actually help you really find your center. All right. Return to a comfortable seated position and come up onto your hands and knees, and we'll pop it up to the hands and knees. Now, inhale, press up to plank. Let's hold plank for a moment. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, that push-up position. Inhale to upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. All right, let's again hold downward facing for 5 breaths. Rolling through the open shoulders. The belly sucks in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's switch the gaze forward. After you switch the gaze forward, come on up to plank, and now we're going to go to the side plank on the left side. So pop it on over to the left side, stack your hands underneath your shoulder and your right hand on the side. You can switch the gaze up if it's comfortable for you. 1, eventually raising the arm. 2, 3, 4, and take the right hand down. Come on back to plank for a moment. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Hold the downward facing for a moment and stabilize. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Switch the gaze forward. Inhale, come on up to plank. All right, here's that view I was telling you about before. So you get the right hand, take it under, left hand onto the left thigh. Switch the gaze up and hand up. 1, 2, 3, pull it in from the center. 4, pull the lower abs in, squeeze the thighs. And 5, left hand down. Come on back to plank. Exhale to Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing. Exhale to downward facing. After you come to downward facing, let's see you put your knees down and exhale. Child's pose for a moment. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. Again, inhale. And exhale. All right, that's good. Come on back up onto your hands and knees. We'll see if we can take it up a level just one more time, all right? Just one more time. I really just love plank. I feel it's like one of the best poses to really help you bear weight on your hands. So we're going to do plank one more time. We're going to take it up just one little notch, all right? Curl the toes under and inhale. Come on up to plank. And start off with the left side. Roll over onto the left side. Hand onto your thigh. Inhale, right arm up. And now see if you can rest your right leg just in an easy floating tree. 1, 2, 3. Pull the ribs in, pull the abs in. 4. And slide your leg down, slide your right hand down. Take the hand forward and exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Settle in downward facing for a moment. Look forward. Come on back to the plank. All right, here we go. Right side. Roll on over to the right side. Inhale, left arm up. Get stable. Pop it on up to an easy tree. 1. Make sure you use your abs. 2. Pull in from your center. 3, 4. And slowly sink that leg down. Remember, don't rush when you're coming out. Left hand down, and come on down to Chaturanga. Inhale, roll it forward to upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Pause here for a moment. Equalize through the shoulders. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Place the knees down. Rest in child's pose. Nice and easy. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. Curl your toes underneath. Roll to a comfortable seated position. Roll the legs underneath you. Stretch the legs out in front. Okay. Point your toes. Suck the belly deeply in. And then we're going to work on lifting the hips up off the ground. All right. There's a couple of different ways that we can work on this. First, you're going to take the shoulders next to the thighs and then slowly press from the arms and inhale, drag your hips back. Let's hold that for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale down. It's the beginning of the L-sit. I also really love the L-sit. I think the combination of plank and L-sit will give you the whole foundation of strength. So you're going to think about the technique like pushing from your shoulders and pulling back with your hips. Let's try that again. Hands forward. Make sure that you're not lifting from back here and pushing your pelvis up like that. You're dragging your hips back in space. Hands next to your thighs. Inhale, hips back and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and take it down. All right, we're gonna do it one more time. This time, if you feel that you're able to lift the feet off the ground, don't kick them up, but just pull back so much into your abdominal muscles and they'll come off the ground. This took me a few years to really get my feet off the ground. So we'll give it a shot and don't stress too hard. Don't assign your self-worth to lifting your feet off the ground. Just give it a shot and work patiently every day and it's gonna come. Shoulders move forward and inhale, hips back and up. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost there, and 5. Exhale down. All right, let's bend the knees. Just release your quads for a moment. I know a lot of people feel burning in the quads. Just release the back for a moment and roll it forward. Now, next way we're going to work on lifting the legs. You're going to take the legs into a bit of a V shape out to the side. So the right leg is going to open, right hand in between. Roll your shoulders forward. And we're going to practice picking the hips back and up, just like we did from the L-sit. Since it's asymmetrical, you're going to feel which side of your body is stronger than the other. Just like in the plank poses, you'll feel which side was easier. Working asymmetrical arm balances actually brings symmetry into the body. By over time, if you stay the same amount both sides, you'll create equalization of the strength and stability through your whole body. So here we go. Shoulders forward. Inhale, hips back and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take it down. Okay, next one. If your feet come off the ground, only gonna do each side twice because we got to do a total of 4. All right. Now here we go. If the feet come off the ground, it's the same as the L-sit. Requires a little more activation of the abdominal muscles, but here we go. Inhale, hips back and up. Maybe the feet. 1, 2, 3. Almost there. 4 and 5. Oh, I got that left thigh burning. Maybe you also did. So just remember, when the thigh starts to burn, just give them a little bend. Pull your chest through, release the back, and exhale, other side. Okay, so that's the right foot forward, left one out to the side. The hands come in between. The first one is easy. So remember, we're pulling the hips back, activating through the abs. Inhale, hips back and up. 1, use your feet for balance. 2, shoulders forward. 3, 4, take it down. Rest for a moment. You need to bend the knees, cool. If you know you're gonna keep the feet down, you can keep the feet down. But if you can try, really use the abdominal muscles to lift the thighs up. Here we go, and the shoulders are forward. Inhale, hips back and up. 1, 2, 3, almost there. 4 and 5. Exhale down. You got that right thigh burning. Easy solution. We're just gonna cross and release. Okay, let's step back. After you step back, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. All right. Rest in downward facing for a few moments. Slowly switch the gaze forward. Step forward with the right and the left foot. And then exhale, easy, sink down. Roll your spine gently down, keeping the knees bent. Now remember, You're working on the strength in the shoulders and the core. It may create almost a little feeling of tightness through the front body. So let's do a few simple bridges to release the front body. Your hands reach towards your feet. Press the shoulders into the ground. And inhale, thrust through the legs, lift the hips, roll the shoulders underneath you, and we'll stay for 5. 1, 2, keeping the shoulders rolled underneath you. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, easy, sink down. Once more, inhale, send the hips up and forward, rolling the thighs towards each other. 1, really press. If you feel comfortable, you can interlock the fingers. Try to keep the butt soft. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, just easy, sink down. Pull the knees into the chest for a moment and give a little tug. And rolling gently around, keeping the belly sucked in. Hands to the ground, slowly straighten out the legs, pointing your toes up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and steady. Now, if you're feeling at all stressed, you need to stay here. Potentially even bend the knees a little if you need to, or rest the feet against the wall. But let me see if we can inhale and bring the feet all the way over the top of the head for the plow pose, which is called halasana in Sanskrit. So when you do this, you're going to press your shoulders into the ground, inhale, legs over the top of your head. To help relieve any residual tension in the upper body, comes from working pretty deep arm balances, okay? So inhale, fold the legs into the body, start to lift your hips up and over, interlock the fingers, press the shoulders into the ground, suck in the belly, lift the hips up. We'll stay for 5. 1, 2, 3. If your feet don't touch the ground, you want to just put your hands on your lower back. 4, and 5. Now everybody, hands to the lower back. Inhale, lift one leg up, point it up to the ceiling. Press your elbows into the ground. Inhale, take the other leg up for that full shoulder stand. If it's really stressful, you can make your body in more of a V shape, but eventually you're really going to reach through the center line of the body. We'll stay here for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can gaze upwards towards your toes. And 5. Slowly hold on to the hips. Stretch the shoulders out. And gently roll the spine gently down. Bend your knees for a moment. Settling your feet onto the ground. Construct a rest position. Return slowly. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. One more time. Returning to a comfortable rest position. After a posture like shoulder stand, you should feel the fire and heat running through the body, but also a sense of inward focus. Shoulder stand is one of the most therapeutic poses, but you have to approach it calmly, steadily, never rush. And really feel the strength. Remember, it's an inversion, so you are inverting your body. You're lifting in through the center line, pressing the shoulders into the ground and activating the core. Like any inversion, you're meant to really think about turning your mind inward into those deep sensations of the inner body. Let your mind rest. The journey of strength is the journey of the equanimous mind, the objective mind, that can walk that narrow road between pleasure and pain without deviating off the course of the yogic intention to live a more peaceful life. With a few moments of rest, move the fingers and toes. Let's make little circles with the feet and the wrists, and then give a little bend to the elbows, a little bend to the knees. Hug it in for a moment. A little hug, a little roll. Return to a comfortable seated position. Take a moment and think about the effort that you put into the practice today. And remember that the quality of your effort is what matters. You know, yoga is not sort of like a race, right? Whoever gets to the pose first wins, you know? So don't rush. Just let it take the time it takes, respect your body, respect your mind, and remember that the strength that you're cultivating is not just physical strength, but it's also the kind of strength that's able to wait patiently, so that you're able to give the body however long it needs and never rush. If you find yourself impatient, trying to force it in the practice, it's like your mind has become a little bit weak and you're wanting it to be done sort of in your own time. Oftentimes, when we want to rush the journey, it's the ego that's sort of attached to the outcome. So drop away your ego and surrender, and you'll find peace right now. The journey of yoga is the journey into accepting the bridge into awareness of the true self. The journey of yoga is the journey into the full awareness of the divine spark of the inner being. Every single person, you included, is worthy of that deep inner experience. You don't need to do anything special. To show up on your mat, put in the work of the practice every day, and the grace that is your spiritual inheritance will start to unfold in the magic of every breath of your life. Gently rest the hands together with a deep inhalation. Thank you so much for letting me be your guide into the inner tradition of yoga. Namaste.